Davis goes a block by Jackson Davis. He roofed him. Loose ball to Yass. Blocked again by the rookie. Paul comes out of the pack with it. Down the right sideline. The crowd roars its approval. Curry dribbles around Giannis to the rim. Lob. Jackson Davis for the dunk. A no-look lob by Curry. Slams it down. Doc Rivers has to stop the noise.
How do you like that? Trace Jackson Davis, 2 straight block shots on Giannis Antetokounmpo. He tied a career high with 4 block shots. The Warriors blocked 13 shots, a season high. He goes down the other end. Chris Paul sets it up, sees Curry. Curry with the feed to TJD, and the place went crazy at Chaser. The roof almost fell off, and the Warriors run the Bucks last night. They hold them to 9 points in the fourth quarter. 9 points. It was 83-77 with 5:33 left in the third quarter, Shasky, and the Warriors run them out the gym 42-13 the rest of the way, and they win their 14th game in their last 18 tries. They are starting to hum. You can start to see it. You can start to feel it. The rotations are set. It is go time, folks. So 21 games left. Who cares about the standings? We'll be looking at it left and right. It's about handling what you do. Championship teams have championship mindsets. And championship mindsets is, who cares what the other team? We don't care what's going on in L.A. with the Lakers and the Kings. We don't care what's going on in Phoenix. We don't care what's going on with Dallas. Handle your own business and stack wins. And if you stack wins, you're going to put yourself in a premium spot and you get ready for the playoffs. And like we said a couple weeks ago, and Draymond Green said it. We said it 2 days before Draymond Green said it. I don't fear a damn team in the Western Conference. That's how I'm feeling right now.
Arrogant Bonte's back?
Well, no, that's how I felt last week. That's how I felt 2 weeks ago. This team is starting to hum here, and it's looking beautiful, Shasky. Good morning, man.
I mean, what a game. First off, Giannis, every time I watch him, I'm amazed by how explosive, how powerful, and how amazing that guy is. He's an all-time player. There's no question about it. He's unbelievable. That's the win of the year, right? It has to be. In terms of complete body of work, 10, 11 guys playing their hearts out, playing connected basketball, starters looking great, Draymond getting out of the starting lineup because of or not starting out of the lineup, but
2 fouls quickly.
2 quick fouls. TJD coming in the second quarter and just galvanizing the team. Moses Moody, and I'm stealing from Twitter, guarding Dame Lillard like he'll never get another minute in the NBA if he doesn't defend him well, and then getting that dunk. The way they're playing basketball right now, Pod's playing amazing. Kuminga, I love the pass back by Podziemski and Draymond Green in transition for the Kuminga dunks. A couple of Kuminga mid-range plays. He hit 2 threes in this one. 2 fourth-quarter threes from Draymond Green.
2 fourth-quarter threes.
I mean, 2 Hall of Famers coming off the bench.
That's what I'm saying.
Coming off the bench. And I was listening to you and Mully kind of break that down. No team has that luxury in the NBA currently. I don't even know. I don't want to go like historical because the way teams were built back in the day is just very, very different. But like, you've watched CP3. The guy is a savant.
He is.
And I don't think James Wiseman is good at all. But I'm convinced if James Wiseman got to play with CP3, he would have been a better version of him.
No doubt.
But seeing Trace Jackson Davis with the seasoning that he has, and clearly he's got high IQ, Chris Paul and him have a thing going.
No doubt.
And to watch TJD defend Giannis, and everyone's going to go, the blocks. It's the lower body. For his lower body not to give, and for him to give a bump back on one of the most explosive, strong players the game has ever seen, this team is checking all the boxes.
It is.
And dare I say, Bonte, I'm not going to lie to you. There are times when you give Warrior opinions, and I'm looking at you, and I'm like, okay, and I know that's how you believe. I do. You're not just saying it to say it. You're not some Homer shill. You believe these things, and I get it. And when you're deep in the mix, maybe you believe in your own core more than others. And I'm sitting here, and I'm like, I don't know, man. And I feel like I'm too skeptical and I'm too much of a hater. I do. At times, I feel that way. Last night was the kind of game. Last night was the kind of win where I'm not giving up. This team has championship pedigree, and you're right. And I thought it was over. I thought the fat lady had sung. I'm thinking, man, they're going to have to retool this whole thing.
Well,
you win a game last night the way you did, and you play the way you've been playing the last couple of weeks. Oh, don't stop believing? Hell no, I ain't stopping believing. I believe in this team to win a title now. And I got so arrogant, I pulled the Bonte.
Oh, no.
I texted Nick Friedel. Yeah, I'm name dropping. I texted him. I said, I don't care if it's OKC. I don't care if it's Denver. I said it. I don't care if it's Denver. This team is rolling whoever they play in the first round. Mark my words. Save the tape. Put it on YouTube. I don't care. Freezing cold takes. Pods and Kuminga and TJD and Moody with the Hall of Fame quartet with Andrew Wiggins. We are cooking with hot oil.
Oh, man.
It's like an excellent lumpia dish at the auntie's house. It tastes so good, we're coming back for eighths. I believe in this team to win a championship. I can't believe I'm here.
Oh,
they
man.
have
What do you
played
mean you can't believe you're
spotty
here?
basketball.
Why can't you believe you're here?
Because, B,
it was just a matter of time.
the connective tissue defensively, the rebounding, the block shots, the passing, the ball movement, the synergy. Like, when you play a balanced floor game like they did, you can beat anyone.
You can't beat anyone. And that was the key last night. The Bucks were a very good on-the-ball defensive team. On the ball, they're really good. But off the ball, you saw what happened when they play off-the-ball defense. Off-the-ball defense, they get cooked for 37 assists. All right? You get cooked right away in the first half, 12 and 19 from the three-point line. Three-point line, like straight up. 12 and 19 from the three-point line last night in the first half to set the tone. You shoot 60%, right? And then you're humming. You're going back and forth to score 78 points in the first half. And that's why the Boston game, it was a complete throwaway. Burn the tape. It had no bearings whatsoever. I saw something where it's the first time a team has won by 30-plus after getting beat by 50 in a game. Turn it around. So that was an anomaly. They're playing good basketball right now. Yeah, first team in NBA history with a 30-point win immediately following a 50-point loss. And look, everybody, TJD is going to get a lot of headlines here. We'll play some sound right now. What's going on? Oh, wow. Wow. Big news in the web. Break. Hit the sounder, Spinoni. Hit the sounder.
95.7 The Game, breaking news.
Big news coming out of Minnesota. The first place Minnesota Timberwolves at 43-19, who the Warriors see one more time this season. Karl Anthony Towns is out indefinitely with a torn meniscus. A torn meniscus for Karl Anthony Towns.
Wow.
That will compromise the Minnesota Timberwolves. That would hurt them. I don't care what you think about Karl Anthony Towns.
I feel
He's
bad
a 3-level scorer. He's playing some terrific basketball for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Where is he at? 22 points, 8 rebounds,
scored
a block
1,000
shot.
in the All-Star game.
Scored 1,000 in the All-Star game. He's shooting at a high clip, 55% from the 2-point range, 42% from 3, 50% overall. That is a huge blow to the Minnesota Timberwolves. So you don't think teams are already jockeying to play OKC? You don't think they're now jockeying to play Minnesota too?
Well, you know Draymond wants to play Gobert.
Oh boy. So Minnesota, they're going to have to suffer with that. Karl Anthony Towns out indefinitely with a torn meniscus. There's no doubt that would impact the top seed race between OKC and
100%.
Denver. And then when they play whoever it is in the first round, could be the Lakers, could be the Warriors, could be Phoenix. That could be trouble for Minnesota. So some big news out west here.
That's
with the Karl Anthony
huge. No, this
Towns
is
injury.
Huge. And I'm looking at, like, last night, Draymond Green. I mean, Draymond, you want to talk about walking right up to the line and not going over it? Yes. Draymond Green was up against the line. There was a play where he scored a layup and, like, landed on Pat Beverly, and I didn't know what the two of them were going to do. I had no idea. I was like, please, Draymond, please. Look. And to his credit, he reeled himself back in. Then him and Bobby Portis late were going to get into it. Him and the referees were going to get into it. I mean, he had some spectacular layups.
That was a full Draymond Green experience. You get 2 fouls right away. You get 2 fouls right away. You're like, damn it, Draymond. He picks up 2 fouls 5 minutes and 27 seconds into the game. Picks up the 2 quick fouls. One of them was questionable or whatever. They were letting him play, and then you call those. So he sits for a while. Yet the Warriors were still able to score 40 in that first quarter. And they go on a run and take an 11-point lead in that first quarter. Ball was hopping. Curry got rolling. He hit some 2 deep threes as Brook Lopez. By the way, people were texting me. I remember, I don't know when Brook Lopez was deemed or labeled a great NBA defender.
When?
I've never believed that. If I'm not mistaken, Spinoni, if I was listening to you on the way in, he was in the conversation for DPOY apparently a couple years ago. Well, he plays his drop dead coverage on Stephen Curry, and it's like, No, that's not defensive. And Kuminga knew, you're gonna allow me to get the three. I'm gonna take a couple dribbles in, and I'm gonna speed right past it to the rim. They picked on Brook Lopez all night long.
I don't want to get all like deep in the weeds here. Last year, it was the Saturday night game that I went to.
I remember Saturday night.
And Brook was cooking them from the outside.
From the offensively.
But in the final 8 minutes or 7 minutes or whatever, the Warriors were like, I mean, if you're going to leave Brook Lopez out here, we're just going to attack you.
We're going to attack. We're going to run pick and roll.
And they ended up winning that game. But to me, it was like, if you're just going to play Brook Lopez, we're going to play him off the floor. And if you're going to keep playing him, then he's going to be a huge liability.
And he was.
Anybody who had him as a DPOY candidate, like what?
I don't know when the conversation became.
When?
I don't know when he was ever. I hear it in NBA circles. Brook Lopez could really block shots and could really defend. I didn't look. He's a nice player. I like Brook Lopez. I really do.
Robin Lopez is the defender.
By the way, shout out to YouTube and Twitch, brought to you by First NorCal Credit Union. Upgrade your savings dividend. Open a First NorCal First Class Money Market today. Comcast Business Text Line. We love you as well. Percy Bedford on YouTube. Stop it, Bonte. Lopez is a good defender. He's a rim protector and a damn good post defender.
Just because you get blocks doesn't mean that you're a great defender.
You play a team like the Warriors.
Exactly.
That's going to put you in perpetual motion all night long.
Yes.
And you're going to be moving that ball from side to side, three-point line, cutting in, making baskets, split action, all that stuff. You're going to put Lopez in actions. And you see when you put him in actions and don't let him just sit in the paint and wait for somebody to drive to the rack, he's not a good defender. Kuminga drove by him at will in the first quarter. And to me, that set the tone. Then he's out there on the three-point line with Stephen Curry on the island.
Come on.
Good luck with that. What are you dropping for, son?
Just
drop dead covers. It's Steph Curry right there.
Just close your eyes and think about him moving laterally on a high pick and roll. Like, no. Like, what? No. B, watching Chris Paul, my admiration for him as a player, look, I always knew he was good. Like, that's one thing. I knew. In fact, I knew he was great. But when you watch a guy at the end of their career, you see this with Tom Brady. Yep. And when the brain is at the highest it could possibly be in terms of IQ for the sport. I mean, you're watching a Picasso paint a picture in the half court. He was beautiful. He had a couple of swing passes, one to Kuminga where he hit the three on the crosser. It's just his calming, his cadence. He knows when to pick it up. He knows when to speed it up. I love watching. I can't believe I'm saying these things. I love watching Chris Paul.
And look, he remember what Pat Bev did a few years ago.
He picked his pocket yesterday.
Pat Bev was out there clouded, and Chris Paul was having none of it. He was a grown man in the room. He was the adult in the room. And he went out there and dropped his 9 dives and organized that second unit again. When you have Draymond and Steph anchoring in the first unit, because we're going to get to Kuminga, we're going to get to TJD, we're going to get. Nobody's talking about Pods. He had 8.7. Pods was everywhere. He's playing well. And then you got Chris Paul and Klay Thompson anchoring the second unit. And now you add Moses Moody to the equation, who all of a sudden got his confidence back, and he's defending at a high level, and he's going to hit that open shot. All of a sudden, I got 10 guys deep, and I could go play this thing game by game. It's going to be different every single game, Duffin. The one constant we know is Steph Curry is going to be the number one option offensively. Who's the bona fide second? Who's the bona fide third? I really don't care because the ball movement was so damn good. Multiple guys are going to eat, whether it's Wiggins. And look, he came back yesterday. It was good to see him smile at times. Yeah. Didn't have a big impact on the game, but just to see him back, hopefully he can lead a personal stuff. Hopefully the personal stuff gets better for him. But just to see him smiling, that's all that mattered to me last night. But you get Kuminga rolling to the basket who scored 20, and he's 9 and 14. And you get Moody confident. And you got Klay with his confidence back. Yeah. Klay's feeling as good as he's felt.
Really good.
Oh, he's relaxed. How about the boat ride coming in and Chase Center yesterday, saying how great the Bay looks. This team right now, look, I don't know where it's going to go. But I don't fear a single team in the Western Conference. I haven't all season because I think about the regular season games and how close they were to beating Denver in all 4 tries. All 4 tries, they were close to beating Denver.
But they didn't look like this in terms of their roster.
No,
they're utilizing their roster the way that I've been dreaming for them to utilize their roster for a long time.
Well, they're finally healthy, Shasky. It's the first time they had 14 healthy bodies since November 28th. Think about that. December, January, February, 3 months. They had to go with the roster where you had guys hurt, guys suspended, guys in and out of the lineup, guys not playing, guys picking up DNPs, guys not getting minutes. Now all of a sudden you got 14 healthy bodies, Shasky. And look, we see who's out of the rotation. Looney, Saric, Guy Santos, but they will have their moments. They will need to be ready for some Somebody's going to get in foul trouble.
Stuff
happens where those guys are going to have to be ready and have to be professional. But you know what? The Warriors are. I would bet against. I just don't have. I have a problem betting against former champs. When you got championship pedigree and you have a championship mindset, I have a hard time betting against.
Are you happy I'm on this side of the boat with you?
Oh, it was just a matter of time.
I know you knew it was.
Just a matter of time. I knew it was coming.
I knew the good things were coming when I got a FaceTime from Bonte and Chris Mullin. I knew good things were coming.